Good afternoon, South Point. I hope you had a great weekend and that you're doing well. And today I want to share a little bit with you on this Missions Monday. But I want to read a verse real fast from John 13, verse 34 and 35. And it says, I give you a new commandment, love one another. Just as I have loved you, you must also love one another. By this, all people will know that you are my disciples, if you love one another. So as small groups start up this week, which I'm really excited about, I want you to consider, how can you love one another? Because the world is watching. How do we love one another? And I want you to consider that. And I want to give you just one way that you can do that this week and throughout our time in small group and in the church. But I want you to consider this statement first. And it says, if we don't love God, or if we don't cherish God and His gospel, we cannot love one another, and nor can we love our community, nor demonstrate that we are disciples of Jesus. So if we don't love God and His gospel, we can't really love one another and love the world. And so we have to get to a place where we cherish God, we cherish our time with the Lord, and we cherish His good news above all else. So my question for you today is, how do we encourage one another to love God and His gospel? How do we encourage each other to cherish those moments with Him above all else? And I'll give you a quick illustration of what I mean. I get excited and I get passionate about going overseas to different countries and telling them about Jesus when I read stories about people who do that. Or when I read stories about people from other country who are committed to Jesus and life is difficult for them, but above all else, they love Jesus. I get really excited about that, and it makes me want to go. The fire that burns in my heart just goes into this huge bonfire. Well, I think we can do that with our relationship with God as well. So one way I want you to encourage and love one another in your small groups is by sharing with other people in your groups those little moments you have with the Lord. Tell them about what God is teaching you. Tell them about what you're learning when you read the scriptures. Tell them what truths that sort of just came into your mind as you walked around in your neighborhood or whatever. And some of you may walk and pray and share that with other people. Or maybe you read a scripture and you think it's encouraging for someone. Well, share that. I think one way we inspire each other to long for moments with God, to long for a time to spend with Him, is by having people around us who share their personal experiences with God with us. One thing that encourages me is I have a couple friends that I know that they will send me a text every now and then, or even an email or a message, and just say, hey man, I'm praying for you. I love your family, and I just want to encourage you with this scripture. Well, that encourages me because it lets me know, one, that they're listening to God, and it actually inspires me to go spend time with the Lord as well. When someone is sharing their life with me about their experiences spending time with God, it makes me want to go spend time with God. And I think we can really encourage each other to do that by sharing those moments with each other. That our faith is personal, but it's also a community. We are one faith, one baptism, one church. We share this faith, and I think we should share it with one another. And it's encouraging. Be around people who like to talk about Jesus. Be around people who will encourage you to go spend time with Jesus. And that is one way I think we can love one another and therefore love our communities and let the world know that we are disciples of Jesus. South Point, I hope you have a great day and a wonderful week. Thank you.